She says she loves you, but she's not in love with you. Sound familiar? That sentence hits like a gut punch because deep down, you know she means it. You're trying everything to win her back, the texts, the talks, the working on yourself, but nothing's shifting. But here's the hard truth. Trying to win her back might be the very thing that's pushing her away. In this video, I'm going to show you what actually works and why leading with calm strength might just flip the script. Let's get real for a second. Most men, when their wives pull away, double down on all the wrong things. They start texting more. They start apologizing for things they don't even understand. They give her space, hoping that one day she'll magically come back. Some even drag her to therapy or counseling, hoping that it'll fix what she's emotionally done with. Look, I get it. I did the same thing. Because no one teaches us how to lead when the woman we love is emotionally gone. And here's the truth. Most of what we've been told by books, YouTubers, therapists, even pastors, it's either too soft, too slow, or too surface level to shift what's really going on underneath. You don't need more coping tools. You need a framework that reestablishes leadership in the relationship. One where she feels safe, not smothered, seen and not sold to, invited, not chased. Let me give you a metaphor. Imagine your marriage like a house that just caught fire. Most men keep running back in with buckets of water. That's the whole, I'm sorry. Let's talk about it. I'll give you space. But the structure is still burning. Until you shut the gas line, nothing changes. And you are the gas line. Your emotional reactivity, your desperation, your guilt, it's what's feeding the flames. Now, here's the good news. Guys who use the heroic husband method, they're not waiting months to see what happens. They're turning things around in weeks because they're no longer chasing love. They're creating condition where love wants to come back. If you felt like nothing's worked, that's not your fault. But stick with me through the end of this video because I'm going to walk you through the exact mindset shift that works. And that's why what we do here is so important because this is a whole movement. This isn't just some tactic, some quick fix. This is a whole movement to make sure that marriages and relationships are stronger, are healthier. Because great societies, at times where the world is very peaceful, at times where the world is thriving, it's based directly on the strength of the family unit. And right now, especially in today's day and age, the family unit has completely crumbled. That's why our mission here is so important. And what we do over here at the Heroic Husband, because that divorce rate is way too high. People still think it's at 50%. It has jumped to numbers up to 65%. Okay. And it is not because of legal standards or anything like that. It has nothing to do with it whatsoever. It's because men have become or have been weakened. Okay. It's not that you are weak, right? It is that men have been weakened over time, purposefully. Okay. And what we do here is not just show you some tactics or any super quick fix. Of course, we want to work with speed, quickness, because your family is important to you. But what we're doing here is a greater mission that not only helps your family, but helps your future lineage and helps society as a whole. There is a deeper mission and purpose behind what we do over here at the Heroic Husband. Now, this is going to help you achieve results 7.3x faster. Now, it has nothing to do with begging, fixing, or forcing. This isn't about trying harder. It's about leading better. So let's dive in. Let me hit you with a hard truth. Trying to win her back is one of the fastest ways to lose her for good. I know that sounds backwards, especially when everything that you want is to just fix it. But hear me out. Trying to win her back keeps the focus on you, what you feel, what you want, what you need. Meanwhile, she's bleeding, okay, and you're trying to hand her flowers. Let's use a metaphor I teach inside the Heroic Husband Method. Imagine your marriage has suffered a death by 1,000 cuts. Not one big betrayal, but years of small misfires, emotional misses, broken connection. Most men rush in with duct tape thinking grand gestures or apologies is going to stop the bleeding. It's not. But it doesn't. Why? Well, because you're treating the symptoms, not the source. You think, if I just show her I've changed, if I just say the right thing, if I give her more space. But here's what you don't realize. She's already grieved the relationship. She's not shocked like you are. She's been in emotional shutdown mode for months, maybe even years. So every time you chase her with love and effort, it feels like pressure on a bruised nerve. She doesn't want promises. She doesn't want flowers. She doesn't want a better version of the man she no longer feels safe around. What she needs is different. She needs certainty. She needs to feel safe emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. And you don't create that by chasing, far from it. You create that by shifting how you show up consistently, calm. Let me give you a story. There was a guy, we'll call him Mike. Mike was kicked out, slept on an air mattress. Wife told him she was done. He tried the usual stuff, the text, the love letters, even working on himself, but she didn't care. And that's because all of it still orbited around his pain around him. And us as men, we tend to do that swimmingly well. We always tend to try to just focus on us, especially if you're dealing with her pushing back or any objection or anything she brings up. We tend to take this and then go off a little side road. That's normal. And that shit's happened when he stopped trying to win her back, basically. And he started creating a space that felt calm and stable and clear. He said to her, I get it. You don't feel safe. I'm not here to convince you. I'm working on myself not to get something from you, but become the man I know I need to be for myself. And if it helps rebuild trust, I welcome that too. No push, no pressure, just clarity. Within 3 weeks, she started reaching out again. By week 6, she was asking questions again. By week 12, they were back under the same roof, no begging required. That's not a fluke. That's emotional layering protocol in action. So if you're still thinking, how do I win her back? Flip the question. Ask instead, how do I stop the bleeding and become the man she can feel safe around again? That's how we shift this. Let's move into the next part that actually works and how to build emotional momentum the right way. So let's talk about what actually changes the game and why some men see results in weeks, not months. We call it the 7.3 difference. Not because it sounds cool, right? But because we've seen men move from couch, the guest room, even an apartment, back into real connection 7.3 times faster. When they stop operating from longing and start leading. So what's that shift? It's not about trying harder, okay? It's about stepping into what I call is emotional leadership. See, your wife is not craving more effort, okay? She's craving 3 things. Safety, can I relax around you emotionally? Congruence, are your actions aligned with your words? And certainty, can I trust how you show up day after day? And that's where the Heroic Husband Method makes a hard pivot. We don't chase her. We don't beg for the past. We use what's called the emotional layering protocol, which is a 3-phase process. We heal, we shift, and we bond. And so let me break that down. Phase 1 is healing. This is where you stop the bleeding, not by apologizing 37 times, but by showing her through your energy that you're no longer the same man who caused the hurt, that you've unplugged from the guilt, anxiety, and reactivity. Phase 2 is a shift. This is where you flip the patterns she's expecting. If she's used to over-explaining, you go calm and still. If she's used to you shrinking down, you show strength through silence and steadiness. She expects the boy, you show her the man. Phase 3 is bonding. This is where magnetism starts to rebuild. Not because you're trying to be charming, but because she's watching how you move. And how you move now says everything. Here's what I want you to hear clearly. When you say, I'll change, she hears, I still don't get it. But when you lead with congruence, she feels the change before you ever say a word. Let me give you an example. Let's say you've always been quick to apologize. She shuts down, you follow her into the kitchen, you say, can we just talk? She sighs, right? You panic, and next thing you know, you're explaining, defending, fixing. Here's how that lands on her. He still doesn't get it. He still needs something from me to feel okay. But now imagine this instead. She sighs, you pause, you breathe, you say, I can tell this isn't the right time. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be in the garage if you need me. No begging, no pleasing, just presence. That's masculine energy that invites, not emotional panic that chases. And I'm telling you, when she starts to feel the emotional weight shift off of her shoulders, she will notice. That's the beginning of rebuilding trust. That's the 7.3 times difference. Because you're not focused on getting her back. You're focused on becoming the kind of man she would choose again without being asked to. So let's move into how to actually do that, starting with your next interaction. Step 1, you got to reclaim the frame. Mere exercise to regain clarity and rewire your internal identity from nice guy to calm, convicted leader. Step 2, create intent-filled space, no contact, not smothering, a clear, non-reactive frame. You can use this kind of script. You can say like, I get that this feels like too much. I'm stepping back, not to give up, but to get better. If you ever want to talk, I'll be here. Step 3 is shift the pattern. Change the emotional equation she expects from you. Begin stacking safety, consistent actions, calm reactions, and clear boundaries. Reinforce the pivot. Stop reacting to her silence. Start creating a space she wants to step into. She doesn't miss the version of you that begs. She misses the version of you that led. If this resonates and you want to take action today, you can either go below and book a clarity call with us, or if you want to see exactly how we map this out inside the Heroic Husband, grab the eBook. That link is also down in the description. See you on the next video.